Hi Aries, welcome to your end of October 2021 General Tarot Update. It's Rena here. All right, just starting over again. So the heart of the matter is the Knight of Cups. I just got this. Was this maybe Scorpio? But as the heart of the matter card, this can be an offer that is coming to you. Maybe it's something that you have been waiting for whatever reason, and it's finally arrived. You know, at the end of the month, we're having this situation with Jupiter and Mercury going direct, and this can affect things going forward. So perhaps things that you had been waiting for are finally starting to come about, and that could include some kind of offer that you have been wanting to get. And let me just go in the past position. The past position, we have the King of Cups. And this individual can be somebody who is a spiritual teacher, a religious figure, so a pastor, a minister, a priest, a father. The kings can be fathers, but it's somebody who is full of compassion. In the upright position, somebody who is caring, who cares about your well-being, wants the best for you. And this person is maybe of some assistance to you in some way to be able to do what you want to do. Also, if this is relationship related, that could even be like a counselor. So I thought it was very interesting that I got a couple of knights, a page, and a king. And they're all, well, they're not all cups, but 3 out of the 4 are cups, because the cups are the emotions. Aries is a fire sign, is connected to Wands energy. So there's more of like that, you know, that fiery nature. The cups are water, and they're very dreamy and sensitive. So that's kind of the predominant energy right now for you. And in terms of like career paths, this would be more creative or healing arts type of careers. The ambition that we associate with wands or with fire is present, but it's kind of muted at the moment. And that can be a good thing, because especially if the person has experienced a career that is very like high powered, or there's a lot of competition in it and things like that, it's something where they have already done that, and maybe they burnt out, or they just have grown to the point where that's not what they're into anymore. And Aries is one of those signs that is very much like that, where they're very like ambitious. But some of you, Sun and Aries, have inner planets in Pisces, like Mercury, Venus, Mars. The moon can be in water too, so that might already make you more intuitive, less aggressive, less passive. If you have your sun in the 12th house or the 8th house, you're just more interested in those things to begin with. So it's not necessarily that it's a guarantee that everybody's going to have that tendency. In terms of love partners, there may be someone who is a water sign, and with King, they might be older than you chronologically, or they have that old soul quality, or that, I don't know what you'd want to call it, just like a mature water sign. So a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. But sometimes maturity can come across as something that is much more settled into, and you're the type of sign that needs that constant influx of new energy. That's just how you are. Some people love... So the King of Cups might be an older or mature water sign. Cancer is a sign that you find yourself with, of all the water signs, probably more than the other ones, because you're both cardinal signs, so you have certain qualities of having the same modality, and the fact that these two signs square off can create a lot of physical attraction. But sometimes temperamentally, you're quite different, and that can, you know, be very irritating. The square aspect can be can create friction, and so there's Cancer, there's Scorpio, and there's Pisces, and perhaps this person is set in their ways. And the Knight of Cups, if this is someone who's even maybe chronologically younger than you, who you feel is very creative. The Knight of Cups individual may be in the creative arts, and you have that in common with them. That's how you meet them. Or they just have a very romantic nature. The King of Cups, it's not to paint the King of Cups in a bad light. They just may be aging and getting into a phase where they're not as, you know, romantic. They don't have as much energy. They're just not, they've got you, so they don't feel that they have to keep doing that, you know, romancing you. And you know, Aries is I would say Aries is a pretty romantic sign overall. Sometimes Aries can be rough around the edges and not be as, you know, full of elan as maybe a Libra or even a Leo person. But you still have this passion for life. And I think that's what romance is really all about. And in terms of like age differences, even with women to men, an older Aries woman might be attracted to a younger partner because of, and it, you know, it doesn't have anything to do with gender. I didn't even have to bring that up, but it's just because with the male-female dynamic, they always say, like, if somebody is a lot older than you or younger than you, then it's kind of like a substitute for a child or a parent. And it's like, you know, it could be, I guess it could be like even in same-sex relationships, but that's just, you know, what I've been familiar with is the May-December romance of people that are different genders. But regardless of all of that, the point being that you may be attracted to younger people, not because you're immature, although you may get accused of being immature by people like Cancers and Capricorns in particular, but because you have that energy. You're a very energetic person, and so it might frustrate you to be with somebody who doesn't want to do things with you. Even if you know that they care about you, that they love you, you still may feel that sense of irritation that they can't, that they will not, or that they can't keep up with you. And I didn't really want to go there, but even sexually, that could be something that is going on. But and that's because I think, Aries people tend to have a high libido, and that might factor into it. But you have to be careful, because if you are too attuned to that, you may throw out a good relationship in favor of someone who is romancing you, and maybe you're physically attracted to, but the relationship doesn't really last, because the age difference is, almost a built-in guarantee that it's going to fail. I'm not saying that that would be true 100% of the time. The higher message is the Six of Swords. So whatever the situation is, whether it's professional or it's personal, the Six of Swords is about choosing peace. So it suggests that there's strife where you are. Now, it could be internally. It could be that you're going through some things on your own. And I was mentioning to another sign, I don't remember which one, about the midlife crisis, and saying, I was talking about professionally in that case, but this, certainly with the midlife crisis, it can definitely be with personal relationships, where the person is unhappy with their life, and so they are looking outward to have something to pin it on, and saying, oh, well, it's because of this that I'm unhappy. And there might be cases where that's absolutely the case, where, it is an outside situation, that it's situational upset. But sometimes it is coming from within the person, that they haven't healed from something, and they're expecting the outer world to just magically make everything all better, and it doesn't work like that. But, it's interesting. I don't really, to be honest with you, I don't think that this is necessarily anything to do with being in a situation that is very upsetting. Because the two cards that precede it are both cups. So it's really about what you feel passionate about, or I should say, what fulfills you emotionally. And you may not have that. Maybe with the King of Cups, you don't have that kind of situation. For some of you, you may have a boss who is very understanding in the King of Cups. And, if you have received an offer that this person is going to bless it, it's almost like I said, they could be your mentor or something like that. And if you have been training under them, they may say, okay, grasshopper, you're ready to go and out into the world and take this spiritual information with you. So, it almost reminds me of the Six of Swords in this context of the Eight of Cups, where it's like going towards something, not running away from something, which I think is very important. Now, I drew this in the challenge position, or for the challenge position, so I'm going to read it that way. We have the Four of Wands. In the upright position, it's the happy home. So reading it as kind of opposite of that, there's not that feeling, maybe, that home environment is keeping you from your energy from flowing in a very free manner, that there's something keeping you from being able to fully create. There's a lot of creative energy here. And if you are with someone who is very emotional themselves, but maybe in a more personal way, it can feel very draining sometimes, even if the person isn't malicious, or they're not trying to hurt you personally. You may feel drained by them because they are coming from a place that is very, they feel everything very deeply. And there's nothing wrong with that per se. But for somebody like you who, even though you're a fire sign and you're emotional, it's more of an impersonal or objective way. And therefore, you may be the kind of person who you can let things fall off your back a lot easier. And this person may be very, very sensitive and they take things to heart. And perhaps you've been their cheerleader in the past, but you're just tired of having to kind of lift them up all the time. You feel like it's keeping you from something within yourself. What's coming in is the Knight of Wands. This is that fresh, fiery energy, independent, devil may care. And it may be a bold action that you're taking. It may be this sense of like not, and going along with that of not allowing another person to kind of, what I see is almost like a manipulation on a subtle level with another person. And it's, again, it doesn't mean that they're a bad person, that they are even aware that they're manipulating. It's how they know how to get things in life. And actually, maybe that's even on the professional front where you have a great boss and you're like, I don't want to hurt this person. I don't want to leave them in the lurch. But I really love this offer that I'm getting. And the Six of Swords is saying your heart is telling you that you want to go. So you just have to throw caution to the wind. Or you might just throw caution to the wind. I don't say you have to, but you might do it. And then the outcome is the Page of Cups. And this is the beginning stages of something that is coming from a more feeling place. Coming from a feeling of innocence and that sense of like really being able to express yourself as yourself. Aries is, you know, one of the most independent signs of the zodiac. And if you are in a position where you feel that you can't be who you are or you can't express yourself, it can be very hard to stay there. And ultimately, it'll be hard for anybody to keep you anywhere, including a relationship, a personal relationship too. Even if you have inner planets in Pisces that make you more sympathetic, or moon in a water sign, that might keep you for a while, but ultimately you want, you know, first of all, you know, pages are similar to aces, like the beginning stages and new, fresh energy. And Aries loves that. Aries loves to start new things. You don't always love finishing things because that you have to keep doing the same old, but you do love initiating things. And so that might just be something new that you are doing artistically, spiritually. For some reason, I almost see like a spiritual aspirant, like someone who is in some kind of capacity that relates to like training, I don't know, like a Buddhist monk or something. I know that's crazy, but something, yeah, a yoga teacher, but something even more. And it's not, it just is atypical for Aries people. If you are going to do spiritual things, you'd probably be more likely to be a yoga teacher. When I was studying that myself, I had there were two assistants who were, they had already gone through the program, and they were both Aries, these two women. And they were so positive. They were really, it gave me a whole new side to Aries because, you know, sometimes you get I've experienced Aries that are more combative, you know, but the really balanced, positive Aries are like the greatest types of people because they're very, they're just very proactive and there's just such a fresh quality about them, really. But anyway, I digress, and I hope that this resonated with you, Aries. If you would like a private reading, the link is below. Take care. Bye.